Long before the homemade IEDs, police reports here in Minnesota show Cesar Sayoc's main interest was in vitamins and supplements. A criminal complaint from the Bloomington Police Department shows in January of 1995, Sayoc went to the General Nutrition Center and Nature Foods in Edina to purchase liquid and pill products. According to the complaint, Sayoc returned the products, but the store clerks say he had replaced the supplements with beans and water. Then the next day, the complaint says Sayoc did the same exact thing at a Nature's Food Center in the Mall of America. Records show Sayoc returned yet again to the store, and that's when the store owner called police. The complaint outlines once Bloomington police arrested him, they put him in a squad car. It reports Sayoc was thrashing around and kicking the passenger seat. And when the officer checked his squad car after dropping him off at the jail, he says he found a rock of suspected crack cocaine. Sayoc was charged with fifth-degree possession of crack cocaine and theft by swindle over $500, both felonies.
Court documents show those charges against Sayoc were dropped 10 years later in 2005. It's not clear why he was in Minnesota, and we haven't found any permanent addresses listed for him here. Julie?
All right. Thank you, Sharon.